Hi students, how are you all? I think all of you safe and stay healthy. Don't come outside. Students, read at home, read the textbooks, and learn new things, new points, and watch the videos what we are giving, and also go to the textbook, write classworks and homeworks. Okay, students, I think you are following everything. So you are very good students, I know. Okay, so you are very new to the 6th class or 5th class. Already I explained last two previous classes. I explained you about magnetism, playing with magnets. Lesson 2 for you. And the magnets, all of you very well about magnets, but you don't know about the properties of magnets. How it is, what is present inside, why they are attracting, and why it is getting power, and what we have to do for that. We don't know about it. Now I will discuss about that. Last previous classes we discussed about magnets, and who discovered the magnets, and what are the magnetic materials and non-magnetic materials. Up to that we discussed. Okay, some activities. Now we can discuss properties of magnets. Okay, so these magnets. Okay, so the magnets having. So the materials which attract to the magnet are called as the materials which are attracted to the magnet are known as magnetic material. So all of you very well about the magnetic materials. The materials which are attracted towards the magnet are called as magnetic material. So very well about you know about that. Iron is the best example for magnetic material, and cobalt, nickel are the best examples for you for magnetic materials. So whenever you take a iron nail, keep towards the magnet. What happens? The magnet will attract the iron nail. Safety pin, iron nail. So when you play with that, for example, you throw the bar magnet into the sand. What happens? Some sand particles are attracted to it. Why they are attracting? Because of the sand particle having the iron nature of iron. That's why they are attracted to the magnet. Okay. The metals which are attracted to the magnet are called as magnetic material. Okay. So are called magnetic materials. Okay. So the materials examples, best example is iron, cobalt, nickel. Best example for these magnetic materials. Okay. So non-magnetic materials. The materials which are not attracted. The materials which are not attracted to the magnet. To the magnets are known as non-magnetic materials. Non-magnetic materials. Non-magnetic materials. So which are attracted? Magnetic materials. Not attracted? Non-magnetic materials. Examples are, what are the examples for that? Wood, plastic, glass, paper, etc. are example for these non-magnetic materials. Magnetic materials and non-magnetic materials. Which are attracted, magnetic materials. Which are not attracted, non-magnetic materials. Up to this we discussed last class. Yes, and also types of magnets. So disc type magnet, ring type magnet, bar magnet, dumbbell magnet, or ring magnet. These types of magnets are there. The magnets which are having different types, they are called as artificial magnets. A magnet does not have any shape or called as natural magnet. Already we discussed. Okay, so these are called as materials which are attracted or called as magnetic materials. The materials not attracted are called as non-magnetic. They will ask the question: what explain magnetic and non-magnetic materials with examples? They will ask the question in the exam. What are the magnetic, non-magnetic materials with examples? Write with the examples. They ask the question. So write materials which are attracted to the magnet are called magnetic material. Examples: iron, cobalt, nickel. The materials not attract to the magnet are called as non-magnetic materials. Examples: paper, wood, and plastic, glass, etc. You can write like that. Okay, students. Next, so what are the properties? Next, write about properties of magnets. Properties of magnets. Properties of magnets. So, basic properties. There are 5 properties are there. One is so directive property. Directive property. Directive property. Okay. Directive property. Second one is attractive property. Attractive property. Attractive property. Third one is attraction or repulsion property. Attraction or repulsion. Attraction or repulsion property. Okay. Fourth one is dipole property. Dipole property. Dipole property. Fifth one is magnetic induction. Magnetic induction. Magnetic induction property. See, these are the 5 properties mainly having the magnets. Directive property, attractive property, attraction or repulsion property, dipole property, and magnetic induction property. These are the 5 properties we will discuss now. Okay. So directive property means what? What is a directive property? For example, you know all of you very well about. How can you know the directions? How many directions you have? 4 directions. So north, south, so east, west. We have 4 directions. How can you know the directions? How can you know the directions? How can you know about the directions? Simply, you can stand towards the sun, like where the sun is raised. That is sun, east. So back of that is called as west. So, but how can you identify the north and south directions? Okay, by using a magnetic compass. For example, to take a bar magnet. Take a bar magnet. Okay. Bar magnet. What is the bar magnet? What is the shape of the bar magnet? So this is the shape of the bar magnet. Shape of the bar magnet. So how many poles do they have in north and south poles? North and the south poles. How can we hide them? By we can hide them. One color, one should be white color. The other will be there here. One should be red color. The other will be there. One is north and one is south direction. Okay. For example, if you want to suspend a bar magnet by using thread, suspend the bar magnet. Suspend the bar magnet by using a rigid stand. So retard stand you can suspend there. By using retard stand, you can suspend the bar magnet. Suspend the bar magnet by using a stand. By using a stand, you can suspend it. Okay. So what you observe here, by up sometime it will be rotating. It is rotating and up sometime it stops. Comes to rest. Rotate out again comes to rest up sometime. So what you observe there, it comes to rest, it show north and south direction. Comes to rest in north and south direction. So why it comes to rest in north and south direction only? Because the magnet having north and south direction, it towards points always toward the north and south direction of the earth magnetic field. I told you already, Earth is a huge magnet. It is having covered by a earth magnetic field. Okay, so the north and south directions, the property of the magnet which comes to rest in a north and south direction is called as a directional property. It is called as a directional property. Directional property means what? A freely suspended magnet, which comes to rest in a north and south direction is called as a directional property. Based on this directional property of a magnet, the scientists they have discovered a magnetic compass. Magnetic compass. This magnetic compass is used to find the directions. So you know the direction. Whenever you are going on the sea or by aeroplane in the air, so unknown places, you went to unknown places. So you are stuck in a forest. We don't know the directions. At the time, you can use the compass to know the direction. These compasses are very useful to mainly for soldiers and navy people and also for air force people. They needed to know the directions. Okay, this compass contains a frame, iron box. One box will be there. The one magnetic needle will be there. It is rotating freely. It is having some colors. One is red and white colors will be there. It will be rotated freely. It shows the directions. It is comes to rest in north and south directions. And they also having some angles will be there. So based on that, compass will be works, and it is having some magnet. On the needle, it is having the magnet. Under the needle, having the magnet. Due to the magnet, it will be rotating. But you should not place this compass near any magnet, because it will be does not show any exact direction, because the magnetic force will be acting on the compass and it should be oriented, takes place. Okay, automatically rotates. That's why does not place a compass nearby any magnet, because we don't know the exact direction, does not show. Okay, about the direction property means what? Any freely suspended magnet will comes to rest in a north and south directions of the earth magnetic field. Then it is called as directional property. Based on the directional property, our scientists invented a compass, magnetic compass. This magnetic compass are used to find the directions. This magnetic compass are mainly useful for the navy people and the soldiers, and also the travelers, and also the who are climbing mountains, and also for air force people who are airplanes. Also they use airplanes and ships also basically. Okay, next step. After the directional property, after attractive property. Attractive property. So you know all of you, the magnets always having the attractive property. How many poles is having the magnet having? How many poles? 2 poles. Yes. Every bar magnet you can consider, any magnet contains 2 poles. 2 poles. Okay. In front of that magnet, place any magnetic material in front of that. Any magnetic material, place iron nail, for example. Iron nail will be placed in front of that. So this iron nail will be placed towards the magnet. What happens? This iron nail will be attracted. So any magnetic material placed towards the magnet, what happens? It will be attracted to the magnet. This is called attractive property. So the how many poles magnet? North and south poles. For example, if you throw the bar magnet into the sand, where what you observed, where the sand particles will be attracted more, where at center or edges, at poles, the iron part will be attracted more, because the power of the magnet having more at poles. The poles having the more attractive nature than the middle. Okay. So the magnetic force, the magnetic power, the magnetic power is more at poles than at middle, than the middle, than the middle. Okay. Okay. So the distance between the poles of a magnet is called magnetic length. Magnetic length, the length of the magnet. Magnetic length is shown by letter 2L. Okay, so this is the magnet. So north pole and south pole will be there. This distance is called as magnetic length 2L. It's called as magnetic 2L. Okay, the distance between the poles of a magnet is called as magnetic length. It is okay. Next, the distance between the distance between the two edges of an object of a magnet. And the distance between the two edges of a magnet is called geometric length. Okay, geometric length and magnetic length. Okay, so the magnetic power is more at poles than the middle. The distance between the poles of a magnet is called magnetic length. The distance between the two edges of a magnet is called as two ends or edges. Right? Two ends or edges, no problem. Two ends of a magnet is called as geometric length. So the distance between two edges of a magnet is called geometric length. And the power of a magnet, where the power of magnet is more at poles, to attract the ability of a pole to attract or repel of another pole of a magnet is called pole strength. So the ability of a magnet to attract or repel another magnetic pole. For example, so the pole will be there here. Then what happens? Two poles, they may be attract or repel based on the poles. The ability of the pole to attract or repel another pole is called as a pole strength. Okay, so magnetic power is more at poles, that's why pole strength will be more. Middle will be less strength compared to here. Okay, so these are the important points about that. So magnetic power is more at the poles than the middle. The distance between the poles of a magnet is called magnetic length. The distance between the two ends of a magnet is called geometric length. The ability of a pole to attract or repel of another pole of a magnet is called as pole strength. Okay. For example, if you draw an imaginary line is passing through the middle between the two poles of a magnet is called as a axial line. It is called axial line. The line which is passing the center of a magnet is called the equatorial line. Axial line, equatorial line. The line which is passing the center of a magnet is called as the equatorial line. The line which is passing two poles of the magnet is called as axial line. Axial line, equatorial line. Axial line, horizontal line is called axial line. Vertical line is called as an equatorial line. Very important. Axial line and equatorial line. Which is also called as magnetic axis. Also called as magnetic axis. So axial line, equatorial line. Okay. So the magnetic power is more at poles than the middle. The distance between the poles of a magnet called magnetic length. The distance between the two ends of a magnet is called as geometric length. The ability of a pole to attract or repel another pole of a magnet is called as a pole strength. So unit of pole strength. Unit of pole strength. In the pole strength is the ampere meter. Ampere meter symbol is small m. So unit of pole strength is ampere meter. Ampere meter. Ampere meter. Ampere. Ampere meter. So A means ampere meter. Ampere meter for unit of pole strength. Okay, students. Next. Okay, friends. Next, attraction or repulsion. Attraction or repulsion property. Attraction or repulsion property. So, repulsion and attraction property means, you know, all of you, the magnets may be attract or repulse. For example, take two magnets. Take two magnets. Okay, any magnet having north pole, south pole, north pole, south pole. Okay, if the magnets having the two poles, share the same poles. South pole, north pole, and north pole, south pole. Okay, see here, two opposite poles. Two opposite poles always attract. Two opposite always attract. So two same poles, both are repel each other. Repel each other. So same poles or like poles. Repel each other. Repel each other. Two like poles, same poles or like poles repel each other. So two unlike poles, unlike or opposite, poles or attract each other. Okay, students, listen. So two opposite poles, south, north, south. Two, what are the two unlike poles? Opposite poles. What happens? They attract. Here two same poles, south, north, south, north poles. What happens? They repel each other. They repel. Whenever, for example, two magnets have come closer, there are same poles repel each other. Opposite poles will be come and attract. So two same poles will be repel. Two opposite poles will be attract. These are laws of magnet. What we call is laws of magnets. So two same poles will be attract each other. Two same poles will be repel each other. Two opposite poles always attract each other. This is called as attraction and repulsion, or also called as law of magnets. Also called as law of magnets. Also called as law of magnets. Law of magnets or attraction repulsion property, both are same. Law of magnets. Next, dipole property. So dipole property means what? Dipole property. Dipole property means the magnet contains two poles. Yes, you know all of you, north and south poles. If you cut that magnet into very tiny particle, what will happen? If the magnet is a bar magnet, so now north and south poles are there. If you cut the magnet into two pieces, how many poles it contains? If you cut into two pieces, how many poles it is having? So single pole or two poles? So it is also two parts. It is also having two poles, north and south pole, south pole. Okay, again cut this into two pieces. So again it is having north and south. So north, south. So if you cut like that, you cut into any tiny piece of magnet. If you cut into a small tiny piece of magnet also having the two poles, that is called as a dipole. Any small piece, very tiny piece of a magnet also contains two poles. It is called as a dipole property. There is no chance to exist a single pole. So, okay. So any magnet, any tiny piece of a magnet contains two poles. Is called dipole property. But there is no chance to exist a single pole. Mono poles does not exist. Mono or single pole does not exist. There is no chance to exist a single pole or monopole. There should exist two poles. That is called dipole property. So what are the properties I explained now? Directional property and attractive property, attraction repulsion property, dipole property. Only one property is there, magnetic induction property. That I explain you in next class. Okay students, everyone go through the textbook, watch the video carefully and write the class work and write the homework giving question. So homework questions: explain direction property, directional property by an activity. So second question, what are the magnetic and non-magnetic materials, and few examples. Okay, answer to these questions and write a homework for these questions and go to the textbook. Nana, always write down in your classwork, textbook, read textbook and write classwork, and two questions are given for you. These two questions, answer it, write in homework. Okay, thank you students. So definitely everyone go to the textbook, watch the video carefully. So thank you.